So, Fort Churchill was developed in the summer of 1860 as federal protection from a few different things. One of them was there were some Indian skirmishes with the Washoe and the Paiute Indians on the Pyramid Lake area, and also with the immigrants coming on the immigrant trail during that time. They needed to protect them from the Indian attacks that happened up here. There was a lot of things that happened between 1860 and 1870. Also, the gold rush was still, people were going to Virginia City and even up still over the mountains to California to find gold, and they needed help with that as well. The federal government decided they needed to put a fort here, and it's a rough place to put a fort. We're in the middle of the Nevada desert. You can see it's just vast sea of mountains and grass all the way around for hundreds of square miles. And what they do have here is they got the Carson River out here, and that flows from the Sierra Nevadas, so that was very helpful to have some fresh water source. But other than that, it was very dry and dusty and hot to be maintaining a fort. Another thing that they did with this fort, with the soldiers here, is they helped protect the people that were riding horseback on the Pony Express, because it came right through here and worked its way all the way through the Great Basin, over the Rockies, over the Great Plains, all the way to St. Joseph, Missouri, which is, and from San Francisco to St. Joseph, Missouri, that's a long ways to ride a horse. Obviously, the Pony Express was little spurts of men riding horseback, and then they would switch off and transfer the mail and the information and things. So, quite interesting.
Riders of the Pony Express begin their race to cut the dangerous journey across the continent from 180 days down to an incredible 10.
You can see some of these are really large structures. They have 2 stories on them, and I think there was about 300 soldiers and administration and leaders at this place at one time. But it ran between 1860 and 1870, which was a really important time in our history as a nation, because that's when the Civil War was, and northern Nevada with Virginia City was the nation's leading supplier of gold and silver, and so they wanted to protect that interest as well as the immigrants heading over through the northern Nevada here. So this is adobe that they found along the river bottoms, along the Carson here, the Carson River, and they put a stone foundation. You can see the stone foundation, at least right here. And then to do get the wood, like for the top of the windows here, you can see. So they had to go all the way to the Sierra Nevadas to get the wood for that. That's probably ponderosa pine then, I'm guessing. And then they had to go as far away as San Francisco to get things like hinges, nails, glass, and other materials to finish the structures here at the fort. Fire! Okay, this building here is called the garrison, and this is where they stored their munitions and their gunpowder And if you notice, there's no windows. It's made out of adobe, just like everything else here, except their theory was if it ever blew up, it would blow up through the roof instead of blowing out the sides, and it would cause less damage to the people, the animals, and the property.